Hey guys, welcome back. Well, I am here on the 7045. I've already got the side panel taken off. But I want to take and put a new valve cover gasket into it. If you were around, well, one of my subscribers back earlier this year, which probably would have been more like January, I'm guessing. So kind of at the beginning of this year, I pulled out all the injectors and had a guy up north of here put them through his machine to check them all. And he actually had to rebuild, I think it was 5 of them that were needing rebuilt. And when I got them back, I also had gotten a new valve cover gasket because, as you can see on camera, the old ones wanting to ooze just a little bit. Not bad, but some. And so I never got a chance to put the new one in yet. Had some other things going on, but I've been wanting to get it put in before fall time. So that's what I'm going to do. So come along, let's get this thing put in. I already had that bolt loosened up. That's why it came out so easy. I'm not going to show taking out every bolt, but yeah, like I said, need a new valve cover gasket, and so I got one back during the winter time, so I want to go ahead and get it popped in before fall. That noise you hear in the background, that's my big squirrel cage fan running. Another nice warm day. We're not too far from 90 again. But they are calling for it to cool back down later on in the week, get back down in the 70s. That'll be nice. Roughly guessing we're about 3 weeks from harvest time, because the beans are really starting to turn. Okay, I've got those back there. Should be one up here on this. Yeah, there we are. Back behind that injector. Just got the bolts all pulled out. There we go. If I can get that stupid heater hose out of the way, it'll be all right. There we go. And here's what it looks like from the other side. Yeah, everything looks good. Like I say, I'll put that new gasket into it. Put him back on, should be good to go. Just grab my handheld work light here, just looking out across here. But so far, everything else looks good. All the rocker arms and push rods look good. All right, let's get that new gasket put into the lid, and we'll get him put back on. Okay, I may have to get my scrapers and start scraping this old gasket out. They don't want to come out too easy. Yeah, that old cork, kind of dry rod. That's part of the problem why it was leaking. Got my scraper here, and that's making the job a whole lot easier. And not too bad. I'll run a little bit of silicone around, same thing, because you can see that's what somebody did here. When I go put the new one in, that way it sticks. I had to do the same thing on that 170/60 last summer when I went through that engine. Well, actually, that engine ended up having a bad piston in it. One of the cylinder number 1 broke the rings, and so I had to put a new piston and sleeve into it. And of course put new valve cover gasket in that one as well. But I did the same exact thing. I'm going to guess we're definitely leaking right back here at the back. You can kind of see it. This is the last little section of gasket. Throw that in the trash. Okay. Well, I'll go around here and finish scraping that down. Probably have to take the air hose and blow that cover out. Blow out anything loose, and then we'll be ready to take and put new silicone on and put the new gasket in and set the cover right back on the thing. Although when I did that 70/60, now that was kind of fun, taking that engine apart. Well, not the entire engine, just simply replace cylinder number 1, new piston and sleeve. The other 5 cylinders, they look great. As far as sleeve, piston, that kind of stuff. Even the rings out of cylinder number 1. No, not the rings. The rod bearings out of cylinder number 1 look good. There was nothing wrong with them. Just simply that the rings had simply broke. Don't know why. So, I actually had a neighbor of mine, he took a look at it because, he's worked on big diesel engines all his life practically. And I wanted his opinion on it. But he took a look at the rod bearings out of cylinder number 1 there, and told me, he said, you can replace them if you want to, but they look good. And they did. There was no copper showing. They were still silver looking. And so I just simply put in a new sleeve, a new piston, and new rings, and the old tractor is still running good. And, well, take that back. I also, when I took the head off, I actually had the head all gone through and checked along with the injectors. And so, okay, that's got that pretty all scraped down. I'm going to rag and wipe it down and blow the inside all out, and it should be ready to go back on this tractor. I can see right through there. That appeared to be another spot where it was wanting to actually leak pretty good. In fact, I'll probably take a little bit of ether and clean that up better. Okay, that's getting wiped out pretty good. I'm gonna grab the air gun, just blow any of that loose stuff out of there. And that'll have it. And there's the new valve cover, or I mean new valve cover gasket. So get that laid out there just like that. Well, it'll go on like that. There we are. And take and put a little black silicone all the way around. And this will help it to stick on the cover when you go to set the cover on top of the engine. Don't need boatloads, just a little bit around. I can't go around, all the way around each one of the bolt holes. You definitely want to use the black though, because it's made for oil. Got my bead of silicone run on. Now let's see if we can get this gasket set down in there. Yeah, there we go. All right, I think we're ready to take and drop it on top of the motor and start putting bolts into it. All right, let's see if we can attempt to put this cover back up underneath here. It's kind of a tight squeeze. There we go, I think. Got to get it in and then turn and then basically drop straight down on top of the head, like that. Okay, I think it's got it. All right, I'm gonna grab the bolts and start putting them in. In fact, actually, when I put bolts in, I'm gonna start right here in the middle on each side, and then work my way out, just like putting the head back on. You start in the middle and then work out, jumping back and forth. Of course, now with the valve cover, it's not near as particular, but definitely with a head, you just crisscross back and forth, putting your head bolts down. Okay, looks good right there. And let's see. Hopefully those work lights aren't glaring off the camera lens too bad. Alright, I got that one just kind of finger tightened in. I'm going to take and put one right in the middle on the other side. Get that thing started. Come on. Actually, I'm going to hold up. I'll take and loosen these just in case I need any possible wiggle in the cover. I can still wiggle it to get any other bolts lining up. It's got these longer tabs. I guess that just basically helps spread they have like a little dimple on each end, and so when you put the bolt down, it's almost kind of like pushing down on a spring, and so it actually puts 2 points of, besides right here, it puts 2 points of contact further out away from the bolt. So I got that one snugged up. Go ahead and jump back here on this one. Like I say, I'm trying not to tighten anything too tight until I get all the bolts in. Feels like that one took a hold. There we go, yep. And here's the last bolt going in. Drop down in there. There we go. It would help if I put the right end on. All right. That's got them all in. Jump over on the other side. Okay, let's get the middle tightened down. Dumb work light wants to fall off also. Okay, I'll jump back over here on this one. This bolt here actually has one of those tabs on it. Okay, I'm just going to go through and keep tightening all them up. This here's the last bolt. And there we go. Okay, hopefully that'll fix a little bit of a ooze that we had. Take and run this wire back up through here. This here is actually the temperature gauge wire. It just goes in and plugs on right there. There we are. Right above the air conditioning compressor. And then got this vent tube right here that hooks up on top. If you can get the stick. Then just take and tighten down that hose clamp. That's got it. Guys, that's how you change a valve cover gasket on a Allis-Chalmers 7045. Alright, I'm going to already put the side panel back on. There we go. Okay guys, I think I'm gonna call that an end of this video. So take care, thanks a lot for watching. We'll see you next time.